everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm back with 4 new Easter DIYs for you today. So for DIY number 1, you're going to need some of those Dollar Tree florals, some foam or pool noodle. I have 2 of these bunnies left over from Dollar Tree last year, 2 tumbling tower blocks, 2 large beads, not really sure where I got those from, some wood glue, Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, 4 of these flower buttons from Hobby Lobby, the pink burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, a wooden dowel from Walmart, and 2 of the Dollar Tree crates. One of them I cut almost in half, just a little bit off the end, really. And then I took the end piece off of the other crate that I did not cut, and I'm going to glue these 2 crates together using some Dollar Tree wood glue. The surface area is very thin, so of course this isn't going to hold this, so I'm going to have to add some craft sticks to help keep this together, help keep those 2 crates together. So I'm cutting off the rounded ends of my craft stick. I'm adding some wood glue and I'm gluing that to the bottom of the 2 crates. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to add some additional craft stick to each side of the crate, and I'm also going to put a piece in the inside bottom of the crate, and that is going to hold this together. Thank you to everybody who stopped in to watch this video today. I really appreciate you. My numbers are climbing. My family members are growing, and I couldn't be more happy. You guys are so sweet and so kind, and I'm blessed to have you here. If you like this content and you'd like to see more from me, please give it a thumbs up, drop me a comment, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of the Cute and Crafty family. Now I'm going in with my bunnies. I'm going to go ahead and pull those beads off of there. I'm going to get the staples out. I'm going to take the cotton tail off of there. And I'm going to give them at least 2 to 3 coats front and back of the Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I'm also going to paint the wood dowel at this time and the 2 tumbling tower blocks. I did not paint the 2 large beads because I like the natural color of them and I thought it would add a nice contrast to this project, so I left them as they are. And I'm painting so fast I missed a spot on each one of the bunny's ears. You can see the pink at the top on one, the blue at the top on the other, but I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I'll get that painted, and in the final reveal you'll see that it's all done. I marked where I want my glue to go, so I just put the bunny at the end of the crate and I marked in pencil a line where it hit the top of the crate so that I wouldn't have glue where I didn't need it. So I just put the glue underneath my pencil line because that was my guideline that I drew. And I'm using the wood glue and the hot glue for that short-term, long-term hold. We'll get those glued down. And I'm going to glue the dowel between the ears. I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place for just a moment. The hot glue will not secure this if you pick it up at any point in time, even though it's not going to be heavy. It probably will come loose, so the hot glue is not going to be enough. So that's why I have those 2 wood beads. I'm going to glue those to the end of the dowel on each side, and I'm going to push them back and glue them to the ears as well. And then I'm going to take those 2 tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to glue them on the other side of the ears and on top of that wood dowel, pushing them close to the ears and down on the wood dowel. And that gives me a nice hold so that you can pick this up and it will not fall apart. You guys, this is my, 3rd time? Yes, my 3rd time filming this video. I have had such a morning trying to get this uploaded. Then I got it all done, got my editing all done, and I uploaded it, and I have copyright strikes or copyright claims, not strikes, claims on this video. And the music that I chose was YouTube approved friendly music for your videos. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. And I've used the music before. So I don't know why I can't use it now. So there is no music in this video. I took it all out because those are problems I just don't need. And I'm crafting because I enjoy it, but I don't want there to be any issue with my videos going up. So I took it out. I'll have to figure out something else. So for right now, you get to listen to my melodic voice. Okay, enough of that. So I'm putting on this pink burlap ribbon. I folded it in half because it was wider than I wanted it to be. I just wanted that one strip in the middle. And then I added on those really cute pink flower buttons that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm using my pool noodle, and at first you'll see that I'm just cutting the flowers off at the bottom and just tucking the whole bunch in, not separating them, because I thought I could just fan them out and it would look okay. No, it doesn't. I normally cut my flowers individually. Each stem I cut so that I can place them where I want them. And I don't know why I thought this was going to work, because it didn't. And I ended up cutting them all apart and adding some of the pink wildflowers to it because I wanted it to be more full. So I'm going in with my moss and those pink wildflowers in just a minute, but I'm going to distress this bunny. I can't help it. I have to distress this bunny planter. I love it. I love anything that looks old and rustic. You already know. So I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint or antique wax. It's not a paint, it's a wax. And I'm just dabbing the ends or the edges of the bunny with my sponge, and I'm dabbing and smudging and dragging. And I started out trying to go light, but it went heavy. I couldn't help it. It just went heavy. If you don't like this look, don't do it. And if it gets too heavy and you want it softer, just sand it. Just take your sander and smooth it out, soften it up a little bit. But I love it the way it is, so I left it as is. I'm sorry this is so close. I told you I am having technical difficulties. I tried to zoom in, zoom out, go left, go right. For some reason, this video is like not supposed to be out there, but I'm so determined it is going to be out there. So I'm making a bow. It's kind of close, but I'm doing the best I can, you guys. I have lighting issues and everything. Please forgive me, but the end results of these DIYs, they're gorgeous. I love them, and I had to share. So look beyond my faults and try to see the beauty in what I'm creating for you today. So I'm making 2 bows, one for each bunny. I'm using that pink burlap and some of that really pretty rose and kind of viney ribbon that I believe came from Dollar Tree. I like to double up my bows, so I'm doing that. Going back in with that antique wax because, you know, just doing the outside of the bunnies wasn't enough. I'm going to do the entire box. I looked at it and I kept looking at it and I said, it needs something else because it just doesn't look weathered enough. So, more antique wax. And here we go, attaching those bows, and I'm out of frame. Excuse me. Like I told you, I was having issues with this video. So I got those bows on there. Now I'm putting in my pool noodle and my Spanish moss, which is so messy. It is a beast to work with, but it's really cute for this DIY, so we're going to make it work. Yes, I know, I'm too close. I'm sorry. It gets better, I promise. Hang in there with me, family. And God bless the ones of you who do. Just adding my florals in. And you'll see it better in the finished reveal. Oh, we're not going on to DIY number 2. We're going to do a little reveal in the middle here. So this is how it turned out. And I love it. After everything I went through to get this up and get this filmed, I love this bunny planter box. It is so cute. I'm giving you guys a good look at it because I've had some family members tell me that I go too fast on the reveal and they don't really get to see the end result. So I've decided to do a little reveal for each one as I finish it and give you guys a good look at it. And here it is. I love it. I hope you do too. DIY number 2. You're going to need these Dollar Tree eggs. These are gorgeous. I love these things. I got 2 packs of each color. You're going to need a 12-inch wireframe wreath, some paddle wire, 2 of the wooden carrots, some ribbon, more of that Spanish moss, and Waverly chalk paint in moss and carrot, or moss and carrot, moss and pumpkin. And you're going to need a spare piece of wood, and you're going to need the burlap ribbon from Walmart. So I'm just painting my carrots with the Waverly chalk paint in moss and pumpkin. And now I'm taking the tag off of this 12-inch wire wreath form from Walmart. And my burlap ribbon was a little wider than I wanted it to be. I don't even know if you can really call this ribbon. I think it's just burlap on a roll. But anyway, it was wider than I wanted it to be, so I folded it in half. And that turned out to be a definite win because it gave the glue somewhere to go. I mean, the hot glue really will just seep through and make a big mess, but with that burlap doubled, it didn't do that. So I like how it turned out. I'm folding under my raw edges of the burlap, and I'm just getting it glued down. Okay, so now that that's done, here we are with my hand lettering. I took just a piece of blank wood that I had sitting around. It came from one of those long planks that has the cutout in the top. During the fall, they have pumpkin cutouts at the top, and now that it's Easter, they have eggs and bunny cutouts at the top. And I had a piece of that left. I had the bottom piece left. So I just cut the corners off of it just to give it a little more interest. And I am doing my hand lettering in my faux calligraphy that I like to do. And it says, "Welcome to our patch." So all of the downstrokes are thicker or heavier, and then the upstrokes are thinner. So I'm just doing that, and I love to go in and do that with pencil first so that if I make any mistakes, I can erase it. And then I go back in with my Sharpie and I darken everything up. And I don't have a Cricut. My daughter has one that she would more than happily give me. I do have a Silhouette, but I just haven't taken the time to learn it, to take it out and use it. I enjoy hand lettering, so that's what I do. I'm just putting a hole in each of the corners of this wood sign so that I can thread my wire through that. And this is actually not paddle wire from Dollar Tree. This is jewelry wire. It's a heavier gauge, and it is from Joann Fabrics. So I'm just going to thread it through the hole, through the burlap, through the wreath, and then give it about 5 good twists. And then I'm going to cut it off, and I'll take my wire cutters and push that rough end of the wire into the burlap so that you don't get poked or stuck or anything like that. Now I'm just looking to see where I want my carrots to go, and I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and hot glue to get these adhered to the sign. And here are all my eggs. I've already cut them from the skewer that they were on. And so now I'm just looking at placement. My initial thought was to put 2 of each color together and then put moss in between. And as I was looking at it, I didn't really like the 2 blue, the 2 pink, the 2 purple. So I ended up doing a combination color. And I can't remember what I did. What did I do? We'll see in a minute. I can go look at the wreath hanging up, but I'm actually not in that room as I am editing this video. I ended up doing pink, green, purple, blue. That's what I ended up doing. Instead of doing 2 of each color, I did pink, green, purple, blue, and then some moss, and then I repeated it. And I love how this looks. I really think this is so pretty, you guys. It looks so high-end. Side note, when you are using these eggs, some of them you can see the white egg underneath or around when you're looking at it where they wrapped it. They didn't kind of wrap it all the way to where it's full. They have little spots where you can see the white on there. So make sure you look at those, and the spots that you can see a little bit of the white, if that bothers you, put that side down on your wreath and then you won't see it. So now I'm giving it a little haircut, trimming up that moss, and I keep tapping it so that all the loose moss falls out. And then we're going to add a bow. Yep, gotta do it. You knew it was happening. So I'm going to use this Easter egg ribbon that I got from Walmart for $3.98, and I'm going to make a sash or a hanger for it at the top. And then I'm going to use this burlap and lace Dollar Tree ribbon and make a Olivia bow. Easiest bow ever. Going to make some tails and dovetail that. And then I am going to use some of that Easter egg ribbon as well, because a girl loves to double up her bows. I just think it looks fuller, and it gives you the opportunity to use more color and to mix and match textures and designs. I just love it. I love it. So we're going to pinch everything together, the loops and the tails, and tie it with some jute cord. Easy as can be. And then we'll fluff it out and attach it to the hanger. And then we'll call this one done. There's that lighting. I told you I had lighting issues. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And you guys, I never used to edit. My daughter used to do all my editing, so just give me some grace for a minute, because I'm trying to learn everything I can on my own. My daughter is back working full-time now, so I lost my editor. So I have to do this, and I'm getting it, but it's painful. It's just a little painful. So that's it. I love it, I love it, I love it, and I hope you do too. On to DIY number 3. This one is super cute as well. You're going to need one of those Dollar Tree bunny signs, flowers of your choice, a glue stick, Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and the Hello Hobby in blush, various ribbons, and of course a pencil and a Sharpie, because we're going to hand letter. So I'm going to take that jute cord off of there. I'm removing the bunny's little Easter sign and this big glob of glue. Going to get rid of that. I will be covering the back of this, or this side of it, with some craft paper. So we're going to flip it over and paint the other side in that plastered chalk paint. And I'm not painting it like I want it to be completely covered. I'm not painting it like that at all, because I like the little bits of brown that show through, and I'm sanding it down. Of course, I'm going to distress it. So I'm going around all the edges and giving it a good sanding. And here's that hand lettering. I wrote on here, "Some bunny loves you this much." And I love that, because The minute I saw it with his little bunny arms stretched open wide, it made me think of when my kids were little and they would always stretch their arms out and say, I love you this much. And it just, I love it. So that's why I have written on the bottom, somebody loves you this much. It just warms my heart and it makes me smile. So I went in with my pencil and I penciled in his little ears, his face, the pads of his hands or his paws, and the little finger marks. I know he doesn't have fingers, but the little paw marks. And then I put some little hearts right by the wording. I did all of that in pencil, and then I went back with that blush paint and I painted everything in pink that needed to be painted pink. And I went in with my black Sharpie and filled in my hand lettering, his eyes and his mouth. And I went in with a pink Sharpie and filled in the little hearts and a brown Sharpie to fill in the lines for his little paws. This was so easy. This was one of the easiest ones I've done, but it's really very cute. Now I'm going to take my eraser and go in and get rid of all of the pencil lines that I don't want to show. Just get rid of that. I love that you can't really make a mistake on this one because it's already distressed. So anything that, you see that's kind of erased away or something like that, when you look at it close up, it looks like it's supposed to be there. And I really, really love that. So I'm taking this Easter egg ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make a bow at the ears. And this is where the florals come in. Whatever florals you choose would be cute right at the top with that bow that we're going to make. I got these wood flowers from Joann Fabrics 2 springs ago. It's about 2 years old, and they are from the Bloom Room collection. They were like 80% off, so I just got a big bunch of them, and I've been dying to use them, so here we go. Just making another simple Olivia bow. I'm going to attach that to the ears and add those flowers on. And when I flipped it over to put the craft paper on the back, because I'd already put the wood flowers on, I cracked the blue wood flower. Huh, I did. So I took some hot glue and I, repaired it, but I was so hurt that I cracked it. And then I ended up adding some yellow wildflowers inside of those wood flowers because they're hollow inside, just trying to pick up some of the yellow from the bow, and it actually kind of covered up where I cracked that flower as well, so it worked out. Here you see me repairing it and adding those yellow wildflowers inside. And there is that light. I told you it was going to get worse before it got better, but I think that's the last of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm blinding them. I'm blinding myself too, you guys. That was super bright. I don't know what happened. No idea why it did that. So now I'm just adding the jute twine back that came with this bunny sign. And this was done. How cute is she? All right, you guys, moving on to DIY number 4 and the last DIY for this video. You're going to need some various ribbons. I have quite a few different ones that I'm going to use. You're going to need something to make a cottontail, and you're going to need 4 of the wood bunnies, 2 of the wood hearts, and the what is that? The antique wax by Waverly. You're going to need a little piece of a skewer, 2 of the tumbling tower blocks, 1 wood block, Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster seems to be the theme for all my videos today. And you're going to need some cardboard, or you can use the foam board if you choose. So I am cutting out 3 of the hearts in cardboard, and we're just going to stack them. I wanted these pieces to be chunky. I wanted them to be thicker, more substantial. And the way that I chose to do that is quick and easy with cardboard, because it's what I had on hand. So after you glue those 3 cardboard hearts together, you're going to glue a wood heart on each side. And with the bunnies, you're going to glue 4 cardboard bunnies together, and then you're going to glue a wood bunny on either side of that. Now that I have these all glued together, I am going to go in with my Waverly plaster and give it just a really quick coat of paint. I'm not trying to cover it, to the best that it could be. I like that I can see the wood coming through. I like that wood grain. So you're going to paint the front, back, and you're also going to paint all of the edges of the cardboard. And I did go in with my Dollar Tree spackle and fill in the holes at the top of the bunny's ears. So I have one of those Dollar Tree like table setter kind of signs, and I peeled the paper off of it, and I couldn't get all of the paper off, so I left it, and it just turned out to be a very happy accident, because look how distressed that looks. That is gorgeous to my eye. I absolutely love it. I would have distressed it anyway, so it's a win-win for me. Now I'm taking pink ribbon and I'm going around the bunny and covering the cardboard and making sure I push into the cracks and the crevices so that you get a clear picture of what it is. It just doesn't look like a big blob. I have a pink one and a blue one. So we got a girl bunny and a boy bunny. And I took that brown lace ribbon and I went around the heart. I took that skewer stick and went into the cardboard from the bottom up of that heart, trying to center it as best I can. Now on this, I did not like my handwriting at all. I did not like the cursive. It did not look like me. It did not come out the way I wanted it to, so I took it off. You'll see it in the reveal. I painted over that. I wasn't in love. So you'll see the reveal. It looks so much better. I did not do cursive in the reveal. I did print, and I did bunny kisses instead of, what did I put right? I did bunny love in cursive. I did bunny kisses in print, and you'll see it in the reveal. So now I'm gluing the bunnies to the top of the board, and I'm going to put a tumbling tower block in the back just to make sure that they stay standing. They don't fall over. Although it's very chunky, I think they will stand on their own with just some hot glue. But just to be sure, I used the tumbling tower block. And then I took the heart and I glued it to the front of just that wood cube that I stained with the antique wax. And then I'm going to take a piece of that brown lace and cover the stick where I glued it to the cube. It just gives it a more finished look. So now I'm making a bow. The wood cube, yes. Now I'm making a bow for the boy bunny, and I'm going to make a bow for the girl bunny, and I'm going to add a pink flower to her bow. We're going to call this one done, and you will get a better look in the reveal. I'm sorry it's so close. I told you. I can't apologize enough. this video gave me, heck, it truly, really did. But I forged on. I put a lot of work into it, and I have to show you. I have to show you what I did. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I hope you love it. I hope you'll recreate some of it. And here it is. Bunny kisses. See, this looks better than when I was writing in the script. I don't know what was going on with my handwriting at that point. I don't know. I think it was because I was having such a hard time with the video. It was all going left. And I said, nope, we're not doing that. I'm going to put up a beautiful DIY. I'm not just going to throw anything out there because that's not me. So I had to fix it. And now I love it. If I don't love it, you guys won't see it. I just can't do that. And here's all the pieces together. Everything came out so pretty. And again, you guys, I'm sorry there's no music. I got to figure out my copyright claim situation. So hopefully in the next video, I'll have some music for you. But I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for stopping by. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Let me know which one you like the best. I love the bunny with his arms stretched out. That's going to be my favorite for this DIY video today. Share this with your friends. Consider subscribing, becoming a part of the Cute and Crafty family. I would so love to have you here. And until I see you in my next video, be blessed, be safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.